Ta'ala, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Kakadosh.
I want to say double honor to the apostles and elders of GMS. I want to say shalom to the brothers out there in the four corners doing the work in sincerity and in truth. All right? Shalom. All right, so we're back at it again to bring out the truth and the spirit of Yahweh Yahushai in New York once again. You see, so we're just gonna get right into the scriptures. I don't have anything to speak about offhand, but we're just gonna go into. So when that happens, right? Easiest thing to go into is what? It's prophecy. But why? Because we're living in a time of prophecy. And prophecies unfold on a day in, day out basis, man. Whether you know it or not, or whether you believe it or not. Because the majority of our people on the side, so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, are unaware of prophecies unfolding on a daily, man. And they're unaware that all these prophecies are prophetic, man. All these things that are happening today were things that were spoken about in the scriptures, man. You see? All right, so go ahead. Well, what you got Isaiah 34? Yeah. All right. Let's read this first and then we'll go there. Right.
So Ecclesiastes 39:1.
Right.
But he that giveth his mind to the law of the Most High,
right,
and is occupied in the meditation thereof.
See. So he that giveth his mind to the law, right? Good. Right. And what?
And it says, and is occupied in the meditation thereof.
And occupied in the meditation thereof, right? Read on.
It says, will seek out the wisdom of all the ancient.
Yep. And
be occupied in prophecy.
Right. So he'll seek out. That person will seek out the what? I'm sorry.
It says will seek out the wisdom of all the ancients.
Wisdom of all the ancients, which you can find in the scriptures, man. Which you can find in none other than the Holy Bible, man. Right? Which that Holy Bible, those words, those prophetic parables, those scriptures were only written for the benefit of you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, right? No other nation, right? So if you are, if you seek wisdom, if you seek true wisdom out of the scriptures, you can find that in the Holy Bible, man. Especially if you fall under this sign right here. If your lineage goes back to the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, according to the Bible, you are of that holy nation that the Bible speaks of, right? And what you should be is what? Concerned with prophecy. Because whether you believe it or not, prophecy is unfolding on it, like I said, day in, day out, man. Right? Despite you have people that are still continuing on in what they call a life, going to a restaurant or going shopping or whatever. Despite all that, guess what? Prophecies are still, the prophecies aren't gonna pause just so you can get your so-called, if you want to call it, a life together, right? Prophecies are just gonna keep rolling on, man. You see? Go ahead.
It says, be occupied in prophecy.
And be occupied in prophecy. So that's what one should be occupied in. Your mind should be, okay, this happened in the news. Can I link that with a prophecy that was written in the scriptures? And sure enough, we can. That's what we do every day. Sometimes we can't, but most of the time, it seems like it's like 8 out of 10. It's like, if you want to give a parable to sports, if you shoot 8 out of 10, you're having a good night, right? And that's like prophecy. It's like everything you see on the news, 8 out of 10, 8 out of the 10, you can link it to prophecy that was written in the scriptures thousands of years ago. You see? That was it, right? All right, let's get Isaiah.
It's Isaiah chapter 34, verse 1. It says, come near, ye nations, to hear, and hearken, ye people, let the earth hear, and all that is therein, the world, and all the things that come forth of it.
Right, yeah, and this is basically a proclamation that which we're doing in the spirit. We're telling everybody worldwide. Why? Because the prophets are a mouthpiece of the Most High. We're telling everybody, listen, this is what's going to happen. So hear ye, all nations. I'm about to tell you through the spirit of Yahweh Yahushai what's about to take place, and it's not nice. You see, despite what you want to see or hear or what your so-called pastor tells you in the Christian church, which we spoke on, we touched on last week, is losing numbers on a drastically. Right, the numbers of people that want to call themselves Christians and go to church, they're losing followers. Why? They don't have any answers, man, and they're being exposed for the frauds that they truly are. You see, but the real prophets, they're gonna tell you, listen, all nations, I got something to tell you, and it's from the Most High, and it's not good, and it's not good news. You see, right?
It says, come near, ye nations, to hear and hearken, ye people. Let the earth hear, and all that is therein, the world, and all the things that come forth of it. For the indignation of the Lord is upon all nations, and his fury upon all their armies. He hath utterly destroyed them, he hath delivered them to the slaughter.
Right, so he said his indignation is upon all nations, man. Excuse me. When you go into the word indignation, I believe that's righteous anger, if I'm not mistaken, right? So the Most High is angry, man. But it's a righteous, it's an anger that's warranted. Why? Because the majority of the people, well, all nations benefited from our downfall. Not only did they benefit from it, they took a part in it, man. So it's basically payback time. You see? And the Lord is very angry with the rulers of the earth.
Oh, yes.
You see? So that's the time we're living in, man. We are approaching some very scary times that were spoken about in the scriptures. And the Lord is very, very angry because you messed with a nation that was dear and close to him.
Yeah, his children.
His what?
His children.
His children, man.
You mess with the father's children, he ain't gonna do it.
That's your ass. You see? That's your ass. You mess with I mean, if you watch any movie, if you mess with like
Taken, you know?
Taken, right. What did he do? Yeah. Or what's the nigga? What's the nigga? Keanu, what's that shit? He fuck with his dog.
Oh yeah.
What's that shit? What's that shit?
John
Wick, right? They fuck. Oh, he's like, oh shit, you're fuck with Bubba Pushka, whatever they call him. The boogeyman. Yeah. They fuck with his car. You don't fuck with a man's car, man.
Yeah, that's it.
You see? That's something that's dear and beloved onto him.
Or his possession.
Yeah, his possession, right?
Possessions.
Right? That's something dear and beloved onto him, man. And where you fucked up is you fucked with a possession that's dear onto the Most High, man. You see? Right? Okay.
It says, but the indignation of the Lord is upon all nations, and his fury upon all armies.
His fury upon all their armies, right?
He has utterly destroyed them. He hath delivered them to the slaughter. Their slain also shall be cast out. Their stink shall come up out of their carcasses. The mountains shall be melted with their blood.
Right, and that's prophetic, right? That's prophetic, man. You see, so it's giving you a glimpse of the near future of what's going to happen with the people and the nations that the Most High has a strong indignation for. The Most High is going to utterly waste away the other nations as well as their armies. He's going to make them a memory. Okay? And then cart them off into slavery. You see? Go ahead.
Yes, Isaiah 34:4, and it says, and all the hosts of heaven shall be dissolved, and the heavens shall be rolled together as a scroll.
Right, it says all the hosts of all the shall be dissolved. Could you read that first part?
It says, all the hosts of heaven shall be dissolved,
Right.
and the heavens shall be rolled together as a scroll.
Right, rolled together as a scroll. What is that? We ain't got a picture. What is that describing? That's describing a mushroom cloud, man. And if you want to get a good background info on those missiles, watch the movie that's coming soon, Oppenheimer, man.
That's not even nuclear.
Yeah, all that's atomic, man. They the weapons they have now, it can't even be. You can't even test it because it's too powerful and it will cause too much damage. You see, the weapons that they tested back then were atomic, man. Now the weapons they have is nuclear. The only way they can test them is they can now they can calculate the damage that it can do by, you know, by math and all that, and computer, but they can't. You can't, you know, you can't test missiles nowadays, man. You can test the rockets, right, that propels it, and the systems, the satellite systems, how they interact with the you can do that, but you can't test the nuclear missiles. That's how powerful it is, man. And if you want to equate the power of these missiles onto the anger of the Lord, you can see the Lord is really angry, man. Because you can have, like we always go into, the missile that Russia has, the Satan II. 2 missiles can wipe out the whole east coast of America. One missile can totally obliterate Europe, man. I believe it's Europe. One missile, man. Because one missile, Texas, the state of Texas is the size of Europe, right? So they say one missile can destroy Texas, and one missile can destroy Europe, man. You see, so 2 missiles can wipe out the whole east coast of America, man. Now you know what they're gonna do when they shoot off the missiles. They've got it aimed at strategic points in America, right? Yeah, they've got it aimed at their nuke sites. They've got it aimed at anything that will cause, create more damage exponentially, right?
The Hoover Dam.
The Hoover Dam. What else? That guy's, what's that shit? The shit we did a show on before. The volcano.
Hold on. National Park.
Yeah, Keystone.
I forget now.
Yeah, but they've got it. Like they'll aim it at certain volcanoes. They'll aim it at certain things to make it even bigger, man.
You could ignite a volcano.
Yeah, you can do that, man. But that's the time we're living in, man. We're living in some scary times, despite the majority of our people have no clue about that. Okay? Why? Because the Christian church is doing our people no good. Because the root of the Christian church is it's basically plantation slavery, man. It teaches our people to be subjective under the so-called white man. There's no benefit to it. You see? Go ahead. Go ahead.
This is talking about this targets.
Yes.
Certain countries.
Right.
This is Joel 2:7. It says, "They shall run like mighty men. They shall climb the wall like men of war, and they shall march every one on his ways, and they shall not break their ranks."
Right, and that's speaking about the missiles. These missiles are not going to break their ranks. They're going to climb the wall, meaning they're going to climb the wall of the American defensive system. They're going to climb it, and they're going to aim. They're going to be shot at the targets, certain targets in America, and they're going to hit their mark. See, go ahead.
Back in Isaiah 34. For this, it says, and all the and all the hosts of heaven shall be dissolved, and the heavens shall be rolled together as a scroll, and their hosts shall fall down as the leaf falleth off from the vine, and as a fallen fig from the fig tree. For my sword shall be bathed in heaven. Behold, it shall come down upon Idumea and upon the people of my curse to judgment. So yeah, man, that's going into those thermonuclear missiles, because we enter into a time when it's going to be a third world war. All right, and all these heathen nations that are in conglomerate with America, they're going to turn on America, man. All right, and shoot their nuclear missiles upon this place and wipe off the face of the earth. Okay, and the sword going to be bathed in heaven, meaning what? The missiles going to be shot out of the silos, and they're going to leave the earth and come back down, and it's going to hit their targets, and the Lord is not going to miss. Okay, wherever those missiles are being aimed at, that's your how about you now shine, basically putting the bullseye on the spot. You know. And Idumea represents America, represents Esau Edom,
right?
Because they're the ones that are in rulership in this period of time.
Right.
Okay.
Right. Because if you go into the word Idumea, that's just a Greek way of saying Edom.
Yep.
Right. And if you go into the scripture, it tells you, well, in the Bible dictionary, it tells you that Edom is a place of great future judgment. right? And we're going into that time of that great future judgment, man. So that cancels out the people that want to say that Edom was already done away with. Where is that in the history books, man? We know, through history, we can pinpoint when Egypt fell, when Rome fell, when the Greeks fell, when the Babylonians fell. We can look at history books and find out. So if Edom was a place that was supposed to be big at the time, a big rulership, where is that in history where they got destroyed, man? You won't find it because it didn't happen yet, man. We're living in a time of Edom's destruction. You see?
It says, and upon the people of my curse to judgment. The scriptures tell you that the Lord said, Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated.
Yeah.
Okay? So you Edomites, we're living in a time where it sucks to be an Edomite. Big time.
Y'all had a good run. It was cool to be an Edomite for a long time, but now we see that coolness of being an Edomite ain't so cool no more, man. You see? Why? Because you're being targeted not only by these other nations, right? You have other nations that hate your ass, but now you got the target from the Most High on you, man. You see?
It says, Isaiah 34:6, it says,
Right.
The sword of the Lord is filled with blood. It is made fat with fatness, and with the blood of lambs and
Yep.
goats,
Right?
with the fat of the kidneys of rams. For the Lord Yahweh Shemel Shai have a sacrifice
Right.
in Basra.
Right, yeah, so he's like, look at that. The scriptures, the Most High is likening the destruction of Edom like a sacrifice, right? Like an ancient sacrifice, right? The fatness of rams and lambs, right?
Yep,
Goats, you see? Those were the ceremonial ways you would do a sacrifice unto the Most High to appease him, right? So he's looking at the destruction, so it pleases the Most High when America gets destroyed, when Edom gets rooted out of their rulership, man. It's going to please the Most High. Why? Because it's going to literally burn, right? And it's going to be like a giant, right? Because we would burn the lambs and all that stuff, right? So it's going to be a giant sacrifice unto the Most High. You see?
And it says, in a great slaughter in the land of Idumea.
Right, in a great slaughter in the land of Idumea, man. Which we're living in the land of Idumea right now. That's none other than what you people know as America. Right? Which when you go into the word America, it means bitter. Right? This was a bitter place for the people on the sign right here, man. See? And the Most High has a giant score to settle with you. Go ahead.
It says, and the unicorns shall come down with them, and the bullocks with the bulls, and their land shall be soaked with blood, and their dust made fat with fatness. For it is the day of the Lord's vengeance, and the year of recompenses for the controversy of Zion.
Right. So, man, so it's saying that there's a time, there's a year where it's going to be a payback for the hardships that were given or placed upon our people, so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. There's going to be a specific year, Lord willing, this is the year, right? There's going to be a specific year, there's going to be a specific time when there's going to be payback or vengeance that was placed upon our people is going to be placed upon our enemies, man. It's a specific time that the scripture's talking about. The year of recompense. But you go into the word recompense, it means payback. So there's going to be a year of payback placed upon the enemies of you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, which are our enemies, man. Right? Go ahead.
I got a precept for you?
Yeah.
Oh, this is
year of recompense, man.
Deuteronomy 30:7.
Right?
It says, and the Lord Yahweh Shemel Shai thy power will put all these curses upon thy enemies.
Right. So it says, the Most High is going to place all these curses upon our enemies. Now, if you go into the book of Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter, it goes into all the curses, right? It goes into the curses that were placed upon our people, right? For not abiding by the laws, statute, commandments that were given to us, right? If you go from the book of Deuteronomy from 15 on down, it goes into all the curses that been placed upon us that we still go through to this day. Yeah, it tells you the curses will cleave upon you, and it's definitely cleaved upon us. That's also another telltale sign of who the Israelites are, right? Based on the curses. So that's why we can totally eliminate. That the Amalekites as being those people. We can totally eliminate the Amalekites from being those people because those curses, they're not going under the curses like us. They're living good. They own everything, man.
They're not trouble like other men.
There you go. They're not trouble like other men, man.
You're in big trouble now.
You're in big trouble, right? Go ahead.
And it says, I'll read it again.
Yeah, man.
And the Lord thy power will put all these curses upon thy enemies and on them that hate thee, which persecute thee.
Right, it says, place upon all our enemies. It says, and these curses will be placed upon all our enemies, right? You know?
And it says, and on them that hate thee, which persecute thee.
And on them that hate thee, that persecuted thee. Now, you can just say that's all nations, man, because all nations hated us and still hate us. All nations persecuted us and still persecute us, man. You see? So we're approaching, like I said earlier, Lord willing, this is a year. We're approaching the year of recompense. 2023. Hopefully this is a year of recompense, man. Where the Lord is finally gonna judge the nations and the people that attacked us, man. That put us in the position that we are in today. You see? Lord willing, this is a year of recompense, and that's what we're waiting for. That's what we're patiently waiting for.
Well, this is Obadiah 1 and 15. It says, for the day of the Lord is near upon all the heathen.
There you go. The day of the Lord is near upon all the heathen, right? Because the ones that have to worry about the day of the Lord, essentially, is the other nations, man. Because they're going to get the brunt of the wrath of the Lord. You see? Now, 2/3 of our people got to worry also, but at least the 2/3 are going to get grafted back in. They're still going to be in the kingdom, right? The other nations, this is it, man. All the other nations throughout history, y'all had a time of rulership. You had a time allotted to you when you could rule. All right, Babylonians going to rule from this time to this time. Greeks were going to rule from here to here. Romans, the Syrians, like all y'all had y'all time. Man. Moab, y'all going to rule right here for a little bit. Hell, you got the other nations are benefiting right now. Right? You got sultans in the Middle East, in Saudi Arabia. They got billions of dollars, man. They're literally kings, man. They are kings on earth, man. They got billions and billions of dollars, man. Right? So y'all had y'all run, but now we're approaching the year of recompense, right? Read that part again.
Obadiah 1 and 15. For the day of the Lord is near upon all the heathen.
Right.
As thou hast done, it shall be done unto thee.
Right, as thou hast done, that shall be done unto thee, man. And what have you done? You have caused a lot of pain and anguish and death, right, to our people, so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. Guess what? All that pain and anguish and hardship, that's going to be placed upon you now, right? So it's going to be a turning of tables. You see, Trading Places, one of my favorite movies. Trading Places, man.
Well, it says,
right? Go ahead.
It says, thy reward shall return upon thine own head.
It says thy reward shall return upon thine own head, right? You know?
Yep. It says, for as ye have drunk upon my holy mountain,
right?
So shall all the heathen drink continually.
So shall all the heathen drink continually, man. And we're not talking about a nice refreshing cup of coconut water. We're talking about the cup of devastation, the cup of slavery, the cup of pain. That's what you heathens are going to drink of, man. See? Go ahead.
It says, yeah, they shall drink and they shall swallow down.
Yeah. You're going to drink it. You're going to swallow. You're going to drink it all, man. Matter of fact, it says, is that when it says to the dregs? Well, that's another scripture, right?
Oh, I got you. I know what it says.
Yeah. You know where it's at.
This
Right?
is Psalms
Yeah, Psalms
75. Yeah, and 8.
Yeah.
Psalm 75 and 8.
Right.
For in the hand of the Lord there is a cup,
Mm-hmm.
and the wine is red, it is full of mixture,
Yeah.
and he poureth out the same.
Mm-hmm.
But the dregs thereof, all the wicked of the earth shall wring them out and drink.
It says but the dregs are of all the what? Earth?
It says, all the wicked of the earth shall wring them out and drink.
All the wicked of the earth shall bring them out and drink it, man. So you heathens are really gonna take a big, a couple few gulps, right? Some guzzles. Y'all gonna guzzle that, man. Yeah. Y'all gonna get waterboarded with y'all gonna get waterboarded with the curses, man.
No pun intended.
No pun intended, right? Y'all gonna get waterboarded, man. Take a sip there. Hold on.
Back in Obadiah 1 and 16 again. For as ye have drunk upon my holy mountain,
Yeah.
so shall all the heathen drink continually. Yea, they shall drink and they shall swallow down, and they shall be as though they had not been. But upon Mount Zion shall be deliverance, and there shall be holiness, and the house of Jacob shall possess their possessions.
Right. We're finally gonna be given. We're finally gonna be in that position where we're supposed to be, where we're destined to be, and that's under Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai as rulers and kings upon the face of the earth, man. We're finally gonna receive that blessing, going back to the blessing that was given to Abraham, man, and his seed. You see? We're finally gonna be placed in our rightful position, which is the position of authority, position of rulership. You see? And those curses are gonna be lifted up off us and placed upon the other nations. Right? More? Okay.
Psalms 2 and 8, it says, ask of me, and I shall give thee the heathen for thine inheritance.
Right. I should give thee the heathen for thine inheritance, man. That's the prayer that we should. That's something we can add to our prayer every day, man. Lord, please speed up this the destruction of America, so I can have Psalms 2 like you promised. Right? Read that part again.
Psalms 2 and 8, ask of me,
Yeah.
and I shall give thee the heathen for thine inheritance.
Right, so the next time you go to a corner store or whatever, and a fucking heathen is giving you problems, it just pisses you off, Lord, please make him my slave in the kingdom. That's a righteous a prayer, man. You think the Most High is going to get upset with that? Oh, you shouldn't ask. Why is he asking me? No. He's going to be pleased. That pleases it. That's asking the heathen for what? Your inheritance, man. If I read that again?
It says, ask of me, and I shall give thee the heathen for thine inheritance,
Right?
and the uttermost parts of the earth for thy possession.
Right. So an inheritance is something that's given to you. You know what's that? Right?
Get off your belongings.
Right.
That's how that-
Right. So that's something that's given to you, man. And what's that? In the Apocrypha, it tells you the whole earth was basically the whole earth was given to the people of the Most High, man. So it's the whole earth and everything that's in the earth, which includes what? People. You see? All right. So read that last one again.
It says, and the uttermost parts of the earth for thy possession.
Right, in the uttermost parts of the earth for thy possession, man. Right, so the whole planet Earth, in all its glory, were given to the people on the sign, man. And not only this earth. Oh, come on now. What did the Lord say? What's that? St. John 12? 14? Yeah, 14th chapter, like the third verse, if you know where it is.
this is
Right? These are part of the things that we look forward to, man. While you got niggas that, just want Keisha down the block and,
right.
they want some new rims on their truck. What else do niggas want?
They want to continue to smoke.
Yeah, they want to continue smoking blunts and
Selling drugs.
yeah, sell drugs. Oh, get
Rappers.
rappers. Get another man's woman.
Right.
I mean,
That's actually a compliment to these niggas.
yeah, nigga, you get a high five from niggas now, man.
You can't get a regular girl, you gotta get those. That's
Yeah, like, I mean, this place is off. This place is backwards, man. You see? Go ahead.
Oh, this is John 14.
So these are some of the things that were promised to us that a righteous man looks forward to. You see? Go ahead.
John 14:1. It says, "Let not your heart be troubled. Ye believe in the Most High also, or believe also in me. In my Father's house are
Hold
many
on.
mansions."
Would you read that part again?
It says, "Let not your heart be troubled.
Yeah.
Ye believe in Yahweh, believe also in me."
Right. That's two people, man.
Yeah,
Where do you get? Huh?
No. I was just about to say.
Where you? No, you see.
No, how the Most High and the Son are one? It's two entities. And the only way they're one is in agreement with the scriptures.
Right.
The
Right.
commandments.
Right. So read that part again.
John 14:1. "Let not your heart be troubled. Ye believe in Yahweh,
Yeah.
believe also in me.
Right.
In my Father's house are many mansions.
Yep.
If it were not so, I would have told you, I go to prepare a place for you."
Right. So in my Father's house, which is what is it? Is it universe or galaxy? Universe and the galaxies are small. Right. So in the whole universe,
is it like
billion, trillion galaxies, right? Hey, I praise it to GMO'd out, with these fumes and this food. It's hard to comprehend certain things, but we still believe it though. So it's just hard to grasp, right? Right. So it says in my Father's house, right, which is a whole universe, there are many mansions, which are planets, right? Yeah, which the mansions are what? The planets, man. And Esau discovers planets which every day, man.
Yeah, you even said humans, so-called humans.
Huh?
Where it's inhabitable.
Inhabitable, yeah.
I mean, it can be inhabitable.
Right.
Environments.
Yeah. You see? I think that the first thing they look for is if there's water.
If
Right?
there's water, there's life.
Right.
Word.
No, we said
Oh, yeah.
about your, was going into that earlier. For, where there's water, there's life, right? Go ahead.
Oh, yeah.
In my
earlier,
Father's
yeah.
house. In my Father's house, there's what? There's many mansions, right?
It says, "If it were not so, I would have told you, I go to prepare a place for you."
Right. So that's what the Lord is doing. The Lord is preparing places for our people, man, for us to inhabit, because we're not just going to be here on earth, right? We're going to have our own planet, man. Planets. I feel him. I don't know what you said, but I feel him. That's good.
And it says, "And if I go and prepare a place for you,
Yeah.
I will come again and receive you unto me, unto
Yup.
myself,
Yep.
that where I am, there ye may be also."
See? So no matter where we are in the whole galaxy, in the whole universe, the spirit of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai is going to be there. Man, that's beautiful. That's heavy. That's heavy. See, these are the aspirations or goals that a man of the Lord would think about. You see? Not getting a job that pays $1,000 a week and think you made it. Or not getting fucking degrees. I just got another degree. You know what I mean? Oh, no, man.
I got my PhD.
I got my PhD.
I got my PhD.
Yeah, I remember. Some bitch said
I got my
that.
PhD.
Some bitch said that on 34th Street. Some bitch said that on 34th Street. She used that on argument. Like, yeah, well, I got a degree. And I don't mean shit. The missiles, guess what? The missiles don't give a goddamn. You know what the missiles got? Thousands of degrees. Temperature-wise. They got more than you, bitch. You see? They got thousands, millions, really, right? They got millions of degrees, man. So goddamn your degrees, man. Oh, that was good. Yeah, that was loud. That was a Lord. Yeah, that was a Lord. Yeah, that was a Lord. Yeah. See? Go ahead.
Back in Psalms 2 and 8, it says, "Ask of me, and I shall give thee the heathen for thine inheritance,
Right.
and the uttermost parts of the earth for thine possession.
Right.
Thou shalt break them with the rod of iron.
Right.
Thou shalt dash them into pieces like
Right.
a potter's vessel."
And that's a violent act, yeah. That's a violent act, man. That's a violent act. Breaking in pieces, right? It tells you in Revelation, what is that? Is that the first chapter or second chapter when it says, and then it's in Isaiah also when it says, break the staff of the wicked, right? But in Revelation, what is it? Is it 2:26? You get that?
Revelation 2, I started 25.
Right.
It says, "But that which ye have already, hold fast till I come,
Right?
and he that overcometh."
Hold on, what are we to hold fast till he comes? The knowledge, wisdom, and understanding that was given to us through the apostles from Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, right? The breakdowns, the lessons, the understanding. Let's hold fast to that, man. We gotta hold fast to that until the Lord returns, man. Meaning what? Don't fall out, don't get weak. Let's continue on until the Lord returns, man. Right? Because once you're in it, you're in it. Like the Apostle Gabar always says, this is like this is like the mob, but it's worse than the mob. Yeah. You see? Because we're dealing with a spiritual entity that's not even equatable how powerful he is, man. Okay? And you don't want to not do your job. You see? Go ahead.
It says, "And he that overcometh,
Right?
and keepeth my works unto the end."
There you go. So he that overcometh all the hurdles and obstacles that's going to be placed before us, because nobody said it's going to be an easy task to endure onto the end. Sure enough, is it? It's not an easy job to endure onto the end. Yeah, well, look at the word endure, man. Make hard, man. You see? To make hard. So things are going to be difficult for us, man, but we got to endure. Okay? Right? So it says, he that endureth, right?
I'm sorry. It says, "And he that overcometh,
Right. He that overcometh, right?
and keepeth my works unto the end,
Keepeth my works unto the end, right? Go ahead.
to him will I give power over the nations."
Right. To him will I give power over the nations, man. So that's one thing we're waiting for. We're waiting for that power. What Psalms 110:3 said.
Thy people shall
Thy
be
people
willing.
shall be willing in the day of that power. So we're waiting for the day of that power to arrive, man. So we can have power. Because right now we don't have power, man. I don't give a fuck how many fucking guns you got. I don't care how many squats you can do. I don't care how many niggas you got. I don't care how many bullets you got. You can't fight. You have no power, man. And guess what? We can say that to Esau. I don't care how many missiles you got. I don't care how many future weapons and lasers you have that aren't even out yet. You have no power, because the one who controls, or the ones who controls who has power and who doesn't, is the Most High. So you only have enough power that the Most High allotted you to have, which we can see with our own eyes. He's taking our power away from you, man. Right? We don't.
It says on verse 27, Revelation 2 and 27,
Yeah.
"And he shall rule them with a rod of iron,
Right.
as the vessels of a potter, they shall be broken to shivers."
Right. He shall rule them with a rod of iron, which is a harsh rulership, man. It's gonna be a harsh. It's gonna be a very difficult time for the other nations, man, because we're gonna rule them with a rod of iron. It's not gonna be nice, man. It's gonna be very difficult for them. Why? It was very difficult for us, but it's not gonna be comparable to what they're gonna go through, and it's gonna be warranted, man, because the people in the sign, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans went through a lot of hardships under the hand of the wicked, man. But we're living in a time of the Lord's recompense, right? But you go into the word recompense, and what it means, what? Payback. The Lord got to pay back against these other nations, man. So you got to decide, you got to understand and realize and hurry up and be on the right team, man. See? Go ahead.
It says, even as I received of my Father.
Yep.
Because it's written in red.
Yes.
So
Oh,
Yahweh
yeah.
Shah overcame the world.
Yeah.
You have to do the same thing.
You got to do the same thing, man.
Yep.
Right? The whole secret, the majority of our people don't realize, right? The secret to life as an Israelite man is we're born here to go through the same troubles and tribulation that the Lord went through. That's it. That's the secret. Or why am I here? What's that? Ecclesiastes, the 12th chapter, man. It's to serve Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. It's to serve the Lord. And guess what? What is the whole conclusion of man, right? And the only people that are destined to really understand that is 1/3 of the nation of Israel, 1/3 of the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. The 2/3 of our people, that understanding won't get to them. You see?
That's how you
Go ahead.
Matthew 7:13. Enter ye
Yeah.
in at the straight gate,
Yeah.
for wide is the gate, and broad is the way that leadeth to destruction.
Right. It says, enter ye into the straight door. What does it say?
It says, enter ye in at the straight gate.
Right, in the straight gate, which if you go into that word straight, it's a position of difficulty, right? You got a body of water, I think it's called is it the Barren Straits?
Yeah, you said it.
Huh?
Very strict.
Barren Straits, right? It's a place of rough water. See, it's a place where the seas aren't calm, you know. What?
It says, enter ye in at the straight gate,
Right.
for wide is the gate, and broad is the way that leadeth to destruction.
Right. It says, broad is the way that leadeth into destruction, man. So basically, you don't want to do what everybody else is doing. You good? Huh? No, we good. Yeah, we facing this way, buddy. Y'all good. Right? It says, broad is the way. So basically, the scripture saying you don't want to be in a position where or follow something that a lot of people are doing. Why? Because if you know the Most High, He doesn't deal with big numbers, man. He always deals with the few. He always deals with small numbers. You see? So it's saying broad is the way that leadeth into what? Destruction. Right? So could you read that part again?
I was thinking of it says, follow down the multitude of the people.
Oh, shit.
Exodus.
Yeah. Damn. Yeah. Follow
says,
good. So say it again. Say it again.
It says, follow down the multitude of the people.
Yeah. See?
These people going down a wicked path,
Yeah.
which how about some outside watching everything that they're doing, and
Yeah.
now the Lord has his messages out here to tell you right from wrong. If people continue to keep doing wrong, they're going to receive for the wrong which they have done.
Yeah.
It says,
You reap what you sow. Right?
back in Matthew 7:13, enter ye in at the straight gate,
Right?
for wide is the gate and broad is the way that leadeth to destruction,
Right.
and many there be which go in thereat.
Right. And so there are going to be a lot of people that go into that the easy way, the broad way. But guess what? That easy way leads to destruction.
That's what it was like. This real quick Americans not the way because you can do any and everything, man.
Oh, yeah.
There's no difficulty.
Yeah.
Again, I did a show this week. They actually in PA, look, they actually have a judge mandated an after-school Satan park right now. Satan park. Let me repeat that again. You got here, I forgot what I did the show on it. You got PA where they have the judge mandated an after-school Satan club. And the thing about it is, you don't gotta, school don't gotta get permission for those Satan people to attend the school. They'll just show up one day. You go pick a kid, and let alone you gotta worry about your kids getting lap danced by a transformer. Now you gotta worry about them attending Satan clubs without your permission. I mean, what more does needs to be revealed about how backward society? And then on top of that, they say, and the sake, even though it's controversial, this is for the sake of freedom of speech, or no, liberty. Liberty is called freedom of religion. But there's no freedom of religion with the Most High. First of all, religion is I don't want to get into that, but religion basically means, back read, means a few things. Doing something over and over again, binding to something, binded or bond, also means to care. So basically when you believe in the Most High, you don't believe in the Most High without caring to be right every day. And how do you care to be right every day? Well, you prove it by rehearsing the righteous acts. Why? Because you care about it. When someone runs a mile every day for a week, what do? Well, they care about it. You're not going to run a mile or work out, right, every week, or you stick to your workouts if you don't care. That doesn't make sense. Once you care about something, there's a set of rules you set for yourself to do it. So, for example, there's no freedom of religion, with the Most High. And only the true religion or care, or the true bonding or the binding, or the ones that we're supposed to go back or read over and over again, which is when you read something, what are you doing? You're rehearsing it, right? It was only given to the nation of Israel.
There's also some, I tried to look for it now, I couldn't find it. There's also another state that they're allowing kids to do some after school lessons for trans, something about trans, some shit, and the parents have no idea. They don't need parents' consent for permission to do so.
Yeah, you need a parent's decision to go to a school trip.
Right.
When it comes to something so controversial, like obviously
sex changes
and actual worship of the devil. You got people who actually believe in Christianity. You don't want to tell them about, you know what I mean? This is about belief. It's not going through. This is not about a class trip. This is about their spirituality. You see how demonic this fucking place is, man? But yet you dummies do not realize. There's nothing else that needs to be said. Really, we're only hiding for the Lord. We're making our fools, for the, this is the foolishry of the Lord. Now, Corinthians, the 2nd chapter. We're fools for the Lord's sake, because you can't say you haven't heard this before. You've been warned. And you're already done if you can't see the truth. You know what I mean? You're already, if you don't see something wrong, let me say this, let me say it slow, I'm getting excited. Now I'm getting awake now. What? All right? Now, but if you don't see, it's like I'm feeling weird. It's like, but what if it's my shine? But if you don't see that there's a problem in society, then something's wrong with you. That's what it is. And only very few can see, well, wait a minute, that's a problem. This place is already done, right?
Go ahead.
I mean, guess what? It's prophecy that the wicked are blind. They're not going to see it. This is a gift that you got in the name of Yahweh Shai. You about to see how special this gift of the Lord is.
Yeah. Romans 11:7. It says, "What then? Israel have not obtained that which he seeketh for, but the election have obtained it, and the rest were blinded."
Again?
What then? Israel have not obtained that which he seeketh for, but the election have obtained it, and the rest were blinded.
That's right. One more again.
Romans 11:7. What then? Israel have not obtained that which he seeketh for.
That's right.
But the election have obtained it.
Because Jake's word, they seeking the truth. They got all these podcasts about what the truth is, what problem this is, and that shows the compassion. But you don't got the truth. And they looking. But you don't got it. But why? Because you're blinded.
It says, but the election have obtained
But
it.
the ones who are, you see, you don't become an elect without being chosen. That's exactly what it means. Or there's no election. What do they call a president? Elected before he becomes president. A president-elect. How is he a president-elect? Because he's been elected or chosen to be president or a leader of a nation by voting. When you vote, you make a choice. You put in your what's called electoral ballots. So that's what elect means. So the elect, what does that mean then? They were chosen. The Most High put in a ballot for this elect. And the ultimate of all the elects is Yahweh Shai. He's the chosen one. Right? And he has other chosen heirs with him, which are the 144,000. And the 1/3. The ones that have believed, the ones who can be healed, who are born with infirmities, just for the miracles to be shown in them. That's what they were born for. You got certain people who are born with disabilities, like autism. Paul, they were born to be healed. You got other ones who are just born with certain things to be doomed. But then there's others within the 1/3 that were born, just like in the scriptures, John 9th chapter 8. When the disciples went to the Lord and said, "What is this man's born blind? Who sinned, Yahweh Shai, him or his father?" And the Lord said, "Well, neither him or his parents. He was born to glorify the name of the Lord. The glory of the Lord." And then he was healed. Okay? Just like one of my favorite stories of the man who was lame from birth. When Peter and Andrew healed him in the church, at school.
Asking for money and stuff like that. Peter said, "You got something better than that."
Right. Yeah. Right. Yeah, because they knew he was lame from birth. Right? But she was lame from birth for one reason. That's to show, that was to give glory unto the Most High. See? That was to give glory. Yeah, that was to give glory unto Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai.
I think I'm Benjamin.
On that? That's how you block it, Kim.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Romans 11:7. It says,
So
"What
sorry,
then?
Dad.
Yep.
Israel have
My
not
apologies
obtained
for
that which he
interrupting.
seeketh for, but the election have obtained it, and the rest were blinded."
Right, so the rest were blinded, man. You see? So majority of our people, despite how hard they search for the truth, if they're not of that chosen from Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, they'll never find it, man.
Yeah. See, because you got some Jake who go out there doing positive things, so to build up our people.
Yeah.
We listen to some of these guys, but overall they're missing the key ingredient. What's that? Yahweh Shai, right? The faith of the Lord. And then if you don't know, you can't know. You're not gonna know the Lord, not know your name, not know where you're from, your nationality. Because why? They were blind. They don't got this truth. They're not of the elect. That's what we pray with you. That's what we call ourselves. What is the nickname we call ourselves? DM from the apostles. We call ourselves hope. We hope that we are. We're not saying we're saved.
Yes.
And we're scripture says, "Show thyself approved." Am I saying it right? Show thyself approved. We study to show thyself approved.
Which is something the elect do.
Yeah.
See?
We're not just going to settle for, okay, we're the chosen. We're going to put in the work to show you why we're chosen. And we're going to find out ourselves by doing the work. One of the, I'm in a martial arts school. A martial arts I always respect ultimately is someone who can display their skills. They're going to show you what they are. They're not going to just say, "Oh, I'm the greatest." No, I'm going to show you why I'm the greatest. That's what a true great does. That's what you hear sort of Michael Jordan, Larry Bird, in boxing, the same thing. With certain great people, they don't settle for that. So they'll show you why they're great. Now you got to be problems with great, but they're not going to show you why they're really great. Like your funny thing, this false You got false, what do you call that? False
Karate masters.
karate masters. And then they get pushed in the corner and they're forced to show their so-called greatness. Then they get embarrassed. They weren't great. Well, they try to hold that as long as they can. But then I gotta show you there's something else.
Too much something. Yeah. Action. Romans 11 and 8, it says, according as it is written, the Heavenly Father have given them the spirit of slumber, eyes that they should not see,
See?
and ears that they should not hear until this day.
Right, so it's not their fault. It's not something, it's not like they're not searching hard enough. Right? They can search 20, 12, 15 hours a day if the Yahweh, if the Most High allotted to them a spirit of slumber, they'll there's nothing they can do.
Hey, like Apostle always says. He says what? You can't make yourself the elect. Right? Always says that. Through the Spirit. You can't make yourself
Can't
the
make it
elect.
good.
You know?
2 Corinthians 4 and 3, it says, but if our gospel be hid, it is hid to them that are lost.
It's hid to them that are lost, man. See, it is hid to them that are lost, and why and how they lost, they were tripped up. Stumbling block. They tripped on their stumbling block. You see, so that's why they're lost. They're lost ultimately because the Most High didn't choose them. Okay, go ahead.
It says, in whom the power,
And it's so the Most High is so cold, He can choose you, and then He can allow you along the way. He can allow you to get booted out, man.
Yeah, just like Saul.
Yeah,
Saul was chosen. He was actually chosen as the first king.
right. He's the first king of Israel.
But what happened? The Lord took the spirit
But
of
he
him.
was beloved of the Lord. You see, right? Because the Scripture also says, "Many are called, but few are chosen." See, so that's why that Scripture in Revelation we're going into holding fast to that which thou hast learned, and then it says, "He that overcomes the water, he that overcomes," meaning you got to endure unto the end. Matter of fact, Matthew 24 says, "He that endureth unto the end, the same shall be saved." And you got to endure, man.
That's the spirit. But you just said it earlier. The spirit, you said, the Lord overcame, like He says. So you should overcome. Why worry?
Right.
So just like the other said, how you gonna overcome? You gotta have faith in the Lord.
Yeah.
That's how we pray. We're not overcoming by our power. We're overcoming. We're relying on the Lord to take on our burdens. Man. We're overcoming through Him. Lord willing, you know. We're leaning on Him to make it through these days, man. Every day, and ultimately to be saved. Man. You know, we believe in Yahweh Shai, and we're showing and proving it, man. You know, if you don't believe in something, you're not going to stick with it. And this is very simple, man. You know, really, you can't get away from your actions. You know, actions speak louder than words. You know, I was going to it, and really, even words is talking cheap. Words don't mean nothing, really. That's why there's something called lies. You know, that's why. See, with Esau, he's all about words, but he don't. Words bring shit. When you look into body language, 93% when you look into language or communication, 93% of communication is through the body. All right, I believe 55% body. So over 50% of you, the way we communicate is through your body. Look at that. Excuse me, non-verbal. Look at that. Look at that. Over 50% is just your body, non-verbal. Then you got 37 to 30% the tone of voice. Look at that. So we're already over 90% right now. So that's actually 93%. Now words is only 7%. Words of communication is only 7%. So when there's somebody talking to you, are you supposed to take their word for it, or look at their actions, their body language, their tone of voice? All right, so it's all about the work, the actions which show and prove your words or your what you're trying to stand for. In this case, what are the works? Words and the righteous acts. which ultimately would make you believe in Yahweh Shai. Okay? And ultimately, believe in Yahweh Shai, you're going to go out there and do his work. Which is what? To go out in the streets and wake up the elect. You know? Look at the apostles. They have that's why I say they have the 100% spirit. All right? They have the 100% spirit of Yahweh Shai, because one simple reason, there's many, but one simple reason for me, ultimately, their diligence is not worldly. Okay? The Lord has allowed them to come out every Saturday. I haven't seen them miss a Saturday, unless it's due to weather, but that doesn't count because we all miss it. But there's not one time we came out, they didn't come out. Then one time they got held up in traffic, and that was about it. That's the Spirit of the Lord that makes them continue what they do. How many times have we try to commit to something through the Spirit, and it just some always blocks it, you know? Like, you know what I mean? So, see, the action when you come out here and do the work proves who we are.
Yeah. John 14 and 15. It says, if ye love me, keep my commandments.
Yeah, this is very simple. You always go into that. It's very simple. When you care about something, you know, you're gonna follow certain rules to keep it that way. It doesn't. You know, how many times do you have to say this? So same thing with the Most High. You let me keep my commandments. All right? Because why? Because you don't want to. You know, again, I always use this analogy. You know, your father has a set of rules for you in the house, right? You love and respect your father, which is reverence. You're gonna follow his orders, because you don't want to get him mad. You want to be happy, right? Same thing with the Heavenly Father. He is the Father, is he not? That's his name. He is the Father.
That's something else. This is John 21, and I started 15. It says, so when they had dined, Yahushua saith to Simon Peter, Simon, son of Jonas, lovest thou me more than these? He saith unto him, yea, Yahushua, thou knowest that I love thee. He saith unto him, feed my lambs.
Beautiful.
Yeah, so he asked Peter if he loved them. He said, okay, if you love me, prove it to me.
Yeah. Yep.
By doing what? By doing, by showing it, by doing action. He didn't just take his word for it, right? Even though that's the Lord, he already knew where his heart is, but he still required action. Okay, if you love me, do this. See? Right? Go ahead.
It says, verse 17, he saith unto him, he saith to him again the second time, Simon, son of Jonas, lovest thou me?
Yep.
He saith unto him, yea, Yahushua, thou knowest that I love thee. He saith unto him, feed my sheep.
Right.
He saith unto him the third time, Simon, son of Jonas, lovest thou me? Peter was grieved because he said unto him the third time, lovest thou me? And he said unto him, Yahushua, thou knowest all things. Thou knowest that I love thee.
Yeah, he's like, he's starting to get frustrated. He's like, yo, you're the Lord, man. You know everything. You know how I truly feel. But the lesson was action. You got to show things by action, right? Because if you love something, you're gonna do what you have to do in order to keep that love, or to able to obtain it.
Yeah. Yeah, that beautiful analogy. Gotta meditate on that one. Hey, you put it together, brother.
So I said, if you love something, right? Or if you have a deep want or need for something, you're gonna do what is allotted for you to do to be able to obtain it or keep it.
And when you get it, to keep it too.
Right. See?
You know, so you know what I'm thinking about? I'm thinking about the Christians. These false Christians. The church. You say you love the Lord and all that, but what do you do to prove like you love, like, you know, whatever they're saying they do? Like, where is the proof? There's no proof. You sing and go ahead.
Their proof, which isn't valid. It's not.
Yeah.
That's not proof. Their
Yeah.
proof is going to church once a week,
Yeah.
or some don't even go once a week.
Yeah,
they
yeah.
go on Easter, or they go on a holiday.
Twice a year.
Yeah. But they do all the wickedness throughout the year, or throughout the week.
Yeah.
And then they think, okay, I went to church and sang for 2 hours. See, I love the Lord. You see, what we realize and what people realize, a lot of people realizing, you Christians, you really strong, dedicated Christians are the biggest hypocrites.
fucking joke. Yeah. And now Christians are being synonymous with like low IQ. Because this is just, they don't got it up there, man. I mean, even people, the truth is coming out about the name of the Lord as well. Like the letter J, even people don't believe, know that's not the name of the Lord, man. But yet you want to hold on to that. The blood of Jesus. Jesus Christ. What a fucking baldy, no hair in your face. Not getting pissed off. Little goddamn punk ass simps out there. That's Jake, bald-headed, milk-dud niggas, man. Bald-headed, smooth-faced, bacon-head niggas, man. Talking about you believe in the Lord. What are you doing, man? Sitting in your comfortable basement, talking about what you you got to be out there in the streets, man, to show and proof, man. And then more than that, it starts with the commandments. You got to rehearse these, man. Putting other God before you, right? Honor the Sabbath, honoring your father. You got people who call themselves Christians, but they don't even talk to their parents. They disrespect their parents and their mother. They treat them like shit. Motherfucker, you talk about blood of Jesus. Then you treat your parents and your grandmother like shit, man. That's what the Lord's going to destroy, man. Like Apostle always say, through the Spirit. See, if you believe in Jesus, man, that's a curse on you, man. The Lord hates you. The Lord hates you for believing that shit. He gave you that delusion, man. And that's most ridiculous.
Yeah, Jakes, man, you are one of the gullible, easily tricked people or nation, man. Is our people. To believe a lie, man. Right?
It's so stupid. Sometimes they get shown it and they still won't come out of it.
Yeah, that's a sign of a cult.
Yeah.
That's a sign of somebody that they hypnotized. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like you literally get shown the truth. Like you show them the letter J, you go into the history. They'll just come up with some kind of excuse.
You know what else that's showing you? Who the Israelites are, right?
Yeah.
Because our people are known for being stiff-necked.
That's right. No, I'm bad this week.
And hard-headed, man.
That's the spirit, because I was just thinking about that this week. Like, damn, these got to be the people, because they're the only ones who fight back. Like,
Yeah.
You can know who the children of Israel are by the rebellion.
Right, rebellion.
And like we're telling our people, we're not telling it's not like it's a group of people of a nationality, which we're all like we'll say layman's terms, black people or Spanish. It's not like we're black and Spanish telling Chinese people that they're the people of the Lord and they're rebelling. Right? We're telling our own people that they're the people of the Lord and they're rebelling.
Right.
And they still, you know what I mean? If I'm saying it right.
If you tell another nation, right? They'll understand it like, oh well, that makes sense. Yeah, it does make sense. But it's only our people that rebel. And here it is, that good news, that message is for you.
Yeah.
See? So a heathen is quick to understand the scriptures or the breakdowns quicker than our own people, which shows you that our people are truly the Israelites.
Other people. Because that was the key thing. That was the key characteristics of Israel.
One of them, yeah.
Rebellion. Stiff-headed. Hard-headed. That's the characteristics of Israel. Stiff-headed. Hard-headed. What Flint. Hard-headed, hard as Flint. That's the key. That's why they went through what they went through. You know what I'm
And they always, and our people always went against or fought against the prophets.
Yeah,
always.
they killed them.
Yeah,
Kill
they went as so far as to kill them also.
Yeah.
Repeatedly.
Yeah.
Not just one, but many prophets.
Yeah.
That's why the scriptures had to say it in the in the last days, it said, "What my people shall be not put in a corner anymore."
Yeah.
Roughly paraphrasing.
But the eyes shall see thy teachers.
Right, the eyes shall see thy teachers, man. You see? All right, so go ahead. You gotta present.
Ezekiel 2 and 1, and I'm going to read that. It says, "And he said unto me, Son of man, stand upon thy feet, and I will speak unto thee. And the Spirit entered into me, when he spake unto me and set me upon my feet, that it says that I heard them that spake unto me. And he said unto me, Son of man, I send thee to the children of Israel, to a rebellious nation that have rebelled against me. They and their fathers have transgressed against me, even unto this very day."
Damn. This said a rebellious nation. Not, you know, not a tribe. Yeah.
Ezekiel 2. And verse 3 again. "And he said unto me, Son of man, I send thee to the children of Israel,
Right. Yeah, go ahead.
to a rebellious nation
Right, the children of Israel, comma, a rebellious nation,
that have rebelled against me."
comma, that have rebelled against me, man. Right, so this is the Most High speaking of people, right? Right, so not only did this rebellious people rebel against the prophets, they rebelled against the Most High also, man. Here it is, and it's known, they rebelled at a time that they knew the Most High was their true power. Right? And they still rebelled. The same people that got delivered.
That was a heathen, I think, too.
Was it?
Oh, that was Jake. All right. Well, this is
The same people that got delivered through the Red Sea, through all these miracles, got delivered from their captors, and they still rebelled against the Most High, man. They seen the chariots leading them out the way. They saw the chariot shoot the laser off on the wheel of they saw all these miracles.
They saw all these greatest miracles.
Man of heaven,
Plagues,
the plague, the 10 plagues.
The first aquarium.
Yeah, the first aquarium, they walked through the first aquarium, they walked on dry land.
Yeah, all these sharks looking like, what the hell?
Wow.
What the hell is going on, man?
Yeah. Slow.
Yeah.
Cool, huh?
It says, "They and their fathers have transgressed against me,
Yeah.
even unto this very day."
Even so, it says them and their fathers, meaning the ones before them, their forefathers. They rebelled against me. This is the Most High speaking still, right? They rebelled against me. They rebelled against me even to this very day. And you think it's going to stop in the time of Ezekiel, or in the time of in the time of the apocalypse? Or you think it's going to stop now? Hell no. It's going to continue on, man. Why? That's one telltale sign who the Israelites are. A nation that's stiff-necked and hard-headed, man. Right?
Verse 4. It says, "For they are impudent children and stiff-hearted."
Imputed, I believe that means stupid. Imputed, right? Imputed children, man. The Most High called them impudent children, stupid children.
Yeah, man.
Right? And what, stiff-hearted?
Yep.
Stiff-hearted, man.
Yeah, stiff like yeah, stiff stubborn.
Hard-headed, stiff-headed, man. Stiff-necked. You see? That's a major characteristic of the nation of Israel. Go ahead.
It says, "I do send thee unto them, and thou shalt say unto them, Thus saith the Lord power, and they, whether they will hear, or whether they will forbear."
That's still Ezekiel too.
Yeah.
It says, "And they, whether they will hear, or whether they will forbear,
Yep.
for they are a rebellious house."
For they are a rebellious house, man. So it says, continue speaking unto them, whether they listen to you or not. Right? And I think that's the scripture that says, there are as flames or something like that.
I believe it's in the same chapter.
It is? Okay.
Yeah,
I know it's
but-
early.
yeah.
Like 2 or 3.
Yeah, he says too.
Okay.
It says,
You can just keep reading. You can't find it, but I know it's in there. Ezekiel.
I know it's in there.
Fine. But then the Most High said, I will make your words as
Yeah.
fire, and you will consume them.
Yeah.
And they shall be wood, and you shall consume them.
Thus it proves that the people who are going to talk to these stiff-headed, rock-headed, hard-headed. All these analogies of something that's hard, right? Like you would have to send something to combat that.
Yeah.
You're not gonna carry a knife to a gunfight. So the point is, you're not gonna send something softer to something that's harder, right? It would have to be the same or even harder. So that's why the men of the Lord, we come how way we come. You know, we're not trying to, we're hard, man. Through the Spirit of the Lord, like the scripture say, the men of the Lord are as bold as lions. Okay. So that's what proof the characteristics of the true man of the Lord is going to be austere. It's going to be bold. It's going to be courageous. It's going to be fearful. It's going to be hard, straightforward, because they got to come hard to talk to a hard people. And plus, remember, these people are a bunch of ravening wolves. So what are you going to send them? Again, why are you going to bring a knife to a gunfight? No. You're going to bring a gun or something better. Goddamn machine gun or something. All right? People eat. So that's one proof that it can't be the nation of Edom, because they're not harder and tougher than Jacob. They're not physically stronger and mentally than us. So that they can't be the people. You know?
It says yet shall know that there have been a prophet among them.
Yeah. That part again?
I'll read verse 5. Ezekiel 2 and 5. And they, whether they will hear or whether they will forbear,
Right.
for they are a rebellious house,
Right.
yet shall know that there have been a prophet among them.
Yep.
And thou, son of man, be not afraid of them, neither be afraid of their words, though briars and thorns be with thee, and thou doest dwell among scorpions, be not afraid of their words,
Yeah.
nor be dismayed at their looks,
Right.
though they be a rebellious house.
So they be, was that that's still the 2 second? Okay, so it sort of says the same thing in the third chapter, right? It's telling you that, that's also 2nd Ezra, where it says, fear not the incredulity of them that trouble you, right? Which basically means their unbelief. So the reason why our people are going to come against us is because they don't believe, man. Right? But he says, despite them not believing, continue delivering the message, man. Because that's your job. Your job isn't to, in your power, with your words, convince them. We're just here to deliver a message. Whether they convert and believe, that's the Most High's job. That's out of, what do you call it? That's above our pay grade. You see? All right?
Verse 7, and thou shalt speak my
Right,
words.
but then it said the house, referred to the nation of Israel as a rebellious house. Right? That's the whole nation. Yeah, that's the key point. A rebellious house. The nation of Israel, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans are known in the scriptures to be a rebellious, hard-headed, stiff-necked people, man. Right? Go ahead.
It says, and thou shalt speak my words unto them, whether they will hear
Yeah.
or whether they will forbear.
Right. It says, speak my words unto them, whether they hear, whether they forbear, right? You know,
For they are most rebellious.
but they are most rebellious. Damn, how many times the word rebellious was said in this one chapter alone?
Yeah.
Right? Go ahead.
It says, but thou, son of man, hear what I say unto thee. Be thou not rebellious like that rebellious house. Open thy mouth and eat that I give thee.
Yeah.
And when I looked, behold, and hand was sent unto me, and lo, it says, a roll of a book was therein, and he spread it before me, and it was written within and without, and there was written therein lamentations, mourning, and woe.
See? Lamentations, mourning, and woe. Lamentations, mourning, and woe. And that's basically the message that we deliver. We deliver. Why? Because that's what consists of the time of Jacob's trouble, man. Lamentation, mourning, and woe. It's bad times, man.
And the brother, Shalom to the brother, Madizak, I think. I always forget the brother's name, man. I The brother Page Master. Or brother has the name Page Master. Kazak, yeah.
Kazak?
Hey,
Okay.
Shalom to Kazak. You know, beloved brother Kazak, Shalom brother. Yeah, he just posted something today. I just took a Snapshot of it. And basically he was going into a warning that, you know, martial law is like, it's pretty close, man. And you already know what martial law, basically martial law is at hand, and the ones that basically are bringing out the truth against the government, government's going to come after them pretty soon. Like we all know, you know, the black vans, I think the title something like the black vans, or vans, they're going to start scooping up people, man. And I'll just say red list, blue list, yellow list, okay, you forgot the rest. All right, that and in that list, he showed it was someone who kind of leaked it. Like, yo, pretty soon, look, something's gonna happen, blah blah blah. And I'll send you, posts. And he warned that, look, it's gonna be like nothing that's seen before, man. It's gonna be like immense rape, murder, you know, like chaos, man. It's gonna be something crazy. And basically, the foreign troops are gonna come here and wreak havoc. And who are these foreign troops? All the countries that are Esau fucked over. You know, the Japanese, the Arabs, all these countries, the UN foreign troops are all these troops from all nations. And basically America has fucked over all these nations, man. So what do you think they're gonna do when they come here? They're gonna have a feast day. It don't matter. They're gonna old, young, because look, Esau didn't spare when he did to what these other nations, especially the nation of Israel. And all these nations have a hatred for America. The only reason they deal with you because you're the superpower. You got the dollar, you know. So something is going to happen very soon in the near future, which is going to bring, like what the Spirit's bring out, lamentations, mourning, and woe, like never before seen, man. People getting hit. Look, troops running in houses, throwing people out the window. You know what I mean? Blowing people's heads away. Troops, you know, it's gonna be wild out here, man. Who's gonna last? Nobody's gonna stand in these days. Only the elect.
Yo, if you think about it, it's starting already, right?
Yeah, right.
But right, you got niggas getting choked out on the train. You got motherfuckers that got burned in Brooklyn,
Killing their parents,
killing their parents, right? But this is all getting worse, and law and order still is intact. Right? Imagine when there is no law, right? Because you can see people are starting to lose it right now, and still the world, this society is still in order.
It's getting crazy.
Imagine when there's no more law and order, man.
I just saw something else. A man just cut his head, his girlfriend's head off because she said she was leaving him. So he chopped off her head and then what do you throw it in the backyard or something? I don't know. Yeah, threw it in the trash can. Like the violence is getting on another level, man.
It is.
Like every week, it's
getting
becoming
worse.
normal.
It's getting worse.
More people are killing their parents or killing like in brutal ways. I'm talking about like they do
children.
they do crimes like this. They're not gonna go to jail.
Yeah.
You know, they do shit like they're not gonna be like there's nothing you can do that you're not gonna get in trouble for, man. If you commit, you're going to get locked up. You're gonna get arrested. But these people don't care.
Yeah.
That's why you gotta be careful who you fuck with out here, man. People are blowing the. Hey, there was another dude. He went in the gas station and shot everybody in the gas station randomly. He shot everybody inside the gas station store. Just imagine you shopping, and you know, things are getting just more chaotic, man. Like yo, it's like the news is unprecedented, right?
Yeah. They
And
can't
it's just
even
something
cover
you can't even do nothing about this thing. So it's like,
No.
I got something for you.
Yeah.
Matthew 24:12. And because iniquity shall abound,
Look, you see that?
the love of many shall wax cold.
That's what? Matthew is what? 24, yeah.
and that's wicked. Iniquity is wickedness, man.
Yeah.
You know. So like, see, in the last days, it abounds. That means it's there. Okay. So look, excess. So last days and iniquity abounding. It's the same thing. That's what makes it the last days. You know. And what did the scripture say? That well, I forgot, but one of the key points about how the old world was destroyed, like the days of Noah, Why? Because of the violence. That's why the Lord restored that world.
Yeah, wickedness. Yeah.
There was too much wickedness, there was too much
Right.
violence. Oh, and guess what? This is work. Hey, well, first of all, the Lord said these are the days of Noah. So we're living in this kind of a mirror image of Noah times. So we're living in the days of Noah. What does that mean? That violence is present as well. And guess what? It's worse now than it was back then. So our brother just told me. Who told me? I forget who, but brother Priest Zakar, the beloved brother Zakar. Okay, we were talking, I think Friday or Thursday. Today's Saturday, and he was yesterday. He was telling me we were talking about the Article 42, which is in the news right now. You know, all the migrants coming over here. You know, you have a certain time limit, but they're going to be flooding in here. You know, which is really for judgment. Really for judgment. But the main thing is that they were saying that there were like over 80,000 kids that were just missing that were at the border and are just missing them. I mean, I can't even put that number together. They don't know where they are.
That's a good reason to bring them in. Sacrifice them. I mean,
That's what because look, remember this. Yeah. This is the land. This is the land of judgment. So either the judgment is you're going to be delivered, or you're going to be destroyed. You know, you're going to be delivered, or you're going to be destroyed. So, shout out to brother Shapat. No, the other one. Our brother, man. Yeah. Bashar. Shout out to you, Bashar. Beloved brother Bashar, our beloved brother. His page is Assyrian, something like that. I'll post it if I load this up. He did a great show. I was looking at the other day. Going into he went into Article 42, and he made a great point. Also, Apostle Hamlab did the same topic. Like all these people are coming over here, got great flux for that judgment, because and to further the Great Awakening. You know, that 1/3 still has to be filled. You know, and he made a point. A lot of these camps, you got really Judah, House of Judah, but more people are going to be waking up. Remember, there's other tribes, man. The 1/3 is still, you know, it consists of a big number as well. So a lot of these people are coming here to get woken up or to be judged. And really, a majority is just to be judged, because remember, this is the place of judgment. You know. So look at that.
Place of judgment and place of salvation.
The salvation, yeah. So all Israel, that's the spiritual thing. That's why they're coming here to get burnt in that fire or to be delivered.
Right.
So look at that. That hit me. I was like, wow, shit, that's true. So like people got to start, like we always say, start putting the pieces together, man. This is the place of judgment. That's why you got Article 42 coming here. Why? Because people are coming here to get judged. All right? Babylon the Great, the mother of harlots. That's why they have no border. But isn't there scripture on that? I forgot how it goes. No border. You know, the Spirit allowed it. You got it.
Unwalled villages.
Oh, there you go, yeah. Unwalled villages, you know? Yeah, this has no barrier. They just like aim, that's what they call it, the great melting pot. You know, you have a big pot, you just put anything in there, you know? That's what this is. There's no other nation that is just, or they call it the mixed multitude. Well, no, that's something else, I'm sorry. But the thing is that there's no other nation on the earth that has so many nationalities in one place. No other nation on tell me one. Put it on a comment board. What other nation on planet, what other continent has so many religions, so many belief systems in one place? You go to China, it's like overwhelmingly 76%, whatever it is. But here is divided.
That's the same way. That's the same thing like Babylon.
Yeah,
Ancient Babylon was the same way. It was a mixture of all cultures. See? Okay. Yeah, you got it?
Yeah.
got it.
Ezekiel 38 and 10. And the point is in 11. I can read to 12. It says, Ezekiel 38 and 10. Thus saith the Lord power. It shall also come to pass that at that same time shall things come into thy mind, and thou shalt think an evil thought, and thou shalt say, I will go up to the land of unwalled villages. I will go to them that are at rest, that dwell safely, all of them dwelling without walls, and having neither bars nor gates. Okay, God, yeah. So at the end of the day, Yahweh Shemel Shai is going to put that evil thought, all right, upon Esau, Edom, and the rest of these heathen nations to get busy, man, to basically fulfill this third world's will, right? Because it's prophesied in the scriptures. We started off with Sirach 39 and 1, and it says to be occupied in prophecies, man. All right, so these prophecies are basically unfolded right before your eyes, man. All right, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, you don't see that we're in the midst of a war, man, that's getting ready to basically overflow. Okay, America is basically the main target on the Most High and His Son's hit list, man. Okay, and you people really don't see what's going on, man. All right, you really don't have a clue what's taking place. All right, throughout the four corners of the earth. The main thing that's getting ready to happen is what? America's going to be destroyed by thermonuclear destruction, man. All right, and the elders is going in with these troops coming into the land of America, man. All right, to smoke you people off the face of the earth, man. All right, because you people are careless, man. Okay, people are not paying attention to what's happening around you, man. How about Shemel Shai is getting ready to put this place out, man? With you in it, man. Okay? You know? These women, they're careless. These niggas out here, they're gone. All right? These GMO kids, man, they don't even know right from wrong, man. They don't know right from left, man. You know? But we out here to warn you, man. Starting with the apostles on down, we're giving you a warning of what Yahweh Shemel Shai is about to bring to this earth. And that's just great evil, man, great judgment. Okay? And also salvation for the elect of the nation of Israel, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. All right? Well, let me get another precept. You've been warned, man, and there's no excuse. All right? So this is 2nd Ezra 15:1. It says, behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy, which I will put in thy mouth, saith the Lord, man. Okay? And who's the mouthpiece of the Heavenly Father and the Son, Yahweh Shemel Shai? That's the apostles, elders, and brothers of Great Millstone and other men that's teaching this word in like mind. That's how the Lord speaks to our people, man. The Lord has men on the earth, set up, all right, to teach you jakes to basically, fear them, man. All right, and do what they say to do so you can be saved. Okay, especially in this time, man. Because all hell is already breaking loose. How much more, when the chaos is turned up. Okay, So we're telling you the things to come before it comes, man. It's like you see a wave coming from deep. It starts small and then it increases, man. And then once it gets to the shore, what it does, it comes down hard. And that's how the judgment of Yahweh Shemel Shai is going to come down upon 2/3 of our people and you heathen nations, man. But this word is only for the elect of Israel, man. They're the only ones that's going to listen, all right, and do what the Lord said to do, so they can be delivered inside them chariots, which we see week in and week out, man. Our salvation is nigh ahead. Our redemption draweth nigh, man. So we're in a time where basically playtime is over, man. Things get more serious. Okay, you have to be in the spirit of Yahweh Shemel Shai. You gotta have that thick. You gotta have a thick mind, that thick skin, man, in order to get through this thing, man.
What's that? That's Isaiah 33:6.
Yeah.
Wisdom and knowledge should be the stability of thy times, the strength of salvation.
Right.
The fear of the Lord is his treasure. And like you said, stands wrong. Stability means stable. You're like a pillar. A stable will make things stable, like a pillar. Right. Like beams to a building. It makes it stable. So what's making it stand stiff? Like the ones that stand still stiffly for the word of the Lord, really will stand still stable. Are we standing stable? Are we standing stiff? That faith. You can't get around on the faith, which is the belief in our Lord. Ain't nothing gonna move the elect, man. Not even death. You know, not even death. And we understand that. And all the hopeful elect can continue to have the courage to die for the name of the Lord. Okay? The only thing is to fear is the sting of death, but overall, fuck that too. You know, because Yahweh Shai is going to put the spirit in us to do what we got to do for his word.
I got to read that.
Right.
1 Corinthians 15 and 58.
You say that that's your eyes first. Look at that. There's nothing to fear. And that's true. When the Lord comes back, who's going to? The dead. The dead's going to get rise first. Not even the elect. The dead, they're going to rise, and then the elect. I mean, not the dead, the elect. You know what I mean? Look at that.
So 1 Corinthians 15 and 57, it says, "But thanks be to our power, Yahweh, which giveth us the victory through our Lord Yahweh Shai HaMashiach. Therefore, my beloved brethren, be ye steadfast, unmovable, always abounding in the work of the Lord, for as much as ye know that your labor is not in vain with the Lord." So that's what it's all about. We have victory through the blood of the Lamb, man. Okay, Lord's will. All right, us that have repented, you know, and serving Yahweh Shai to the best of our abilities, man, you're gonna get the victory, man. All because of what? You fear the Lord. You see what I'm saying? That's what this is all about, man. Okay? So we gotta be basically rooted in this thing. Where what does scripture say, dude? That you can't pluck the elect out of the Lord's hand. You know?
Man of God. Y'all keep doing what y'all doing.
Shalom.
Spirit. You know, but yeah, man, you gotta be steadfast, unmovable, and always increasing in this thing. You can't be stagnant, as the apostle said. Because this is living waters. You know, it's constantly flowing. You know, but at the end of the day, man, it's all about believing in Yahweh Shai. And the Lord does not forget your labor of love. Okay, that you put towards their names, man. You out here in the highways and byways making sacrifices daily for the Lord, sacrifices for the brothers. You know, things you work on personally, man, to get better in the sight of Yahweh Shai. The Lord sees all of that, man. This is all a part of the work. You know, to be a representation of Yahweh Shai. This is what He wants you to be, righteous, man. This is what we created to be, righteous. Okay. That's hey, you get ready to be set up. And it's gonna be for eternity.
Right.
So what else you got on this side, man? Not a damn thing. This shit is too. It's over. We got a bright future to look forward to, man.
I'll never forget, brother Apar Month, GMS Classic Kings. Shalom to you, brother. Shalom, mighty brother. All right. One of the things I'll never forget. He's 734. He said, "What's up with society? What do you have to offer? What do you have to offer to Israel?" Meditate on that. What does this society have to offer us? Nothing. I mean, right? Well, yeah.
Not good.
Not good, obviously. And there's no good fortune for JK. You know, but the Lord has something to offer us. He already gave us that, the promises. But again, what does America have to offer for you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans? Would it be in the news for the face of crime? When you do the research on that, we don't even commit a third of the crimes, man. That's the crazy thing about it. I just learned to do. I mean, you would think Jake is the menace to society, but we really know. But when you look at the stats, it's don't even come. It's by far. We're talking about all crimes. Jake is in the 20%. Esau, he's in the 70s, 60% of murder, aggravated assault, all right, extortion, rape. It ain't Jake doing all that. But then when you look at the news, that blew my mind, man.
Also, you got to ask yourself, if that's true, why is it they're the majority in the jail cells?
Yeah.
Is that by design? Is that, you know?
Thank you.
Also, majority of people that are in jail, a high percentage, I can't quote a number, probably like 70, 80% are on minor drug charges.
Yeah, minor drug charges, yeah.
Right? I'm not talking about 24 keys of cocaine in it. I'm talking about just minor drug charges, whether it be half a gram or whatever, or an ounce or two of soap or marijuana, which are getting more and more illegal.
Well, I got something for you.
That's fucked up.
That's fucked up. And you got people still in jail.
You ready? This is what you said. Guess what? The DEA, the Drug Enforcement Administration, like you said, drugs, right? Do you know what you said percentage? Do you know the percentage of people that are locked up for drugs are? And what it's for?
What do you mean percentage?
If I'm saying it the right way. No. Let me say it the right way. Right, like people who are locked up for drugs, right?
Yeah.
Now you just I'm trying to figure out how to say it. I'll just get to the point. Right? That the people who are locked up for drugs, like you said, you would think it's cocaine, crystal meth, like that's the coke, whatever. No, 80%. No, excuse me, I already said it. Majority of people locked up in for drugs, which is 80% of people locked up for drugs, is for marijuana. Something that's considered legal, and that's already legal in certain states.
A lot of states.
Like you said, a pound, a gram, whatever the case is. 20 years, 30, whatever, you know. Here it is, they're locked up for something that's legal in certain states. 80% of the jails, of drug people locked up for drugs. I learned that in 2015. That blew my mind. So the other 20% is all these other drugs that you would think would be the main thing. Up until, my young age, until I learned that, I'm thinking people locked up for drugs is like cocaine, crack, heroin. Like weed is like maybe 10% of people locked up. I don't know, but it's the majority. So if there's no weed, if we was totally legalized, there would be no, fuck that. There would be no jail system.
Yeah.
You see, there's levels to this man's wickedness, man.
You gotta let those people go. You gotta let them go. That's hypocrisy.
That's hypocrisy, wicked. It's been manipulated. It was been designed that way, like you said. You know what I mean? So it's all designed to put Jake. This is scripture now. Isaiah 42. Okay, you get
What's
that.
What's that movie on Netflix? 13.
Yeah, you got it. You got spirit. Go ahead.
Yeah, 13, which basically it legalized slavery.
Yeah.
In one sentence.
They changed the name. They changed the term purposely for slavery to criminal.
Right.
But the same. But they had the same. Not the definition, but the same weight.
Legality.
Yeah, legality. Basically, the new slave was a criminal.
Yeah.
So what they did was they legislated laws that we can get away with treating someone like a slave if they do a crime.
Yeah.
So the people just really got transferred, and they made it easy for people to become criminals, like some real symptoms.
Well, the movie Life showed you that. Yeah, it showed you that.
You get in a bar fight, he's a criminal, you arrest him and you do 10 years.
Yeah, you have 10, 20 years to life.
It's for nothing.
Yeah.
So he's not a slave, but he's a criminal, but now he can do slave labor.
Yeah.
So that slavery never go away that way. And guess what? A lot of these big companies like HP and Dell and other whatever company, they give a lot of their jobs to the jail system and pay these people penny on $20 a month to make their products because it's cheap labor.
Yeah. They invest. Victoria's Secret, I believe. Even Jordan.
Yeah, that motherfucker. He invested in actually the building of the secret.
Yeah. Bob Barker. He had
BET. Used to be BET.
No, he was one of the game shows.
The Edomite dude?
Yeah, he invested in I think he got some clothes or some shit. he invested. See, you got a lot of celebrities that make money
off.
off the jail system.
They have shares.
Yeah.
Motherfuckers. That's that.
But I believe Bob Barker had clothes made. Victoria's Secret, they had clothes made.
Same thing with H&M. They were putting
H&M,
They had that place in Bangladesh. They got like, fell down on all these workers, like 250 workers.
Any big company has some form of connection or investment or making money from the jail system. So a lot of people profit off it.
Yeah.
You see?
And
So
who
it's
is it?
business,
Jake,
man.
Yeah, making business on Jake once again.
Right?
Isaiah 42, and Isaiah 42 and 22. It says, but this is a people robbed and spoiled. They are all of them snared in holes, and they are hid in prison houses. They are for a prey, and none delivereth, for a spoil, and none saith restore. I'm gonna read it again. But this is a people robbed and spoiled. They are all of them snared in holes, and they are hid in prison houses. And that's talking about our people, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans. We're robbed and spoiled by the evil nation star. We saw here. We're the ones that fill up all the jails, man. You so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans.
And to add, how many people do you see in jail? Like, what nationality you see in jail that get fitted for the wrong crime too? Right? You see somebody locked up in jail. He was wrongfully accused. 27 years. It ain't never an Edomite. It's always an Israelite, man. Think about that, man. So that it's an unjust system. See, the laws of the Lord, they don't get nothing wrong. His judgment is not wrong. You're wicked, you're gonna get judged for it. You're gonna do the time. There's no mishaps with the spirit of the Lord. Why? Because it's not the flesh, it's the spirit. When the righteous prophets of the Lord judged the nation of Israel, there's no mistake. Let's forward to this judgment. You think the Lord's going to make a mistake? I'm sorry, 2/3. You know what? My mistake. That wasn't, what I did 2,000 years ago. That was a mistake. So I'm gonna, no. That's what proves that the Satan's his system is flawed, and it's flawed from a wicked legislation. That his laws hold no weight. When you cast out righteous laws, your dad makes no mistake. And how many times are you gonna get it wrong? And in the same color, not color, but the same nationality of people. How many of our people have been on the public news about this guy served 20-something years, this guy served 20 years, wrongfully accused, and then he gets $10 or something like that just for and he doesn't even get any reparations. Some of them do, but rarely they don't get anything but an apology. Man, I would fucking wreak havoc if that happened to me. But if you took away some years of my life, I'm wreaking havoc. Well, I'm not using that's hypothetical. So I'm not sure what, but I'll have that mindset. Someone's gonna pay, right?
That's right.
With their life.
And you already did it. You know what I'm saying? So that's why we're doing recompense, tribulation upon our enemies for us.
Going at 18, even doing it wrong, come out at 67, your whole life is wrong.
Everything, everything will change. They didn't even know what's going on.
Ain't even do nothing wrong and all that,
Yeah, Lord, man, at the same time, the Lord make no mistakes, man. He probably, he's probably just getting judgment for some other shit that he ain't get caught for.
Like the overall higher judgment.
The
Lord that did it.
The Lord isn't going to do that for a righteous man or the elect, Then again,
It says, they are for a prey, and none delivereth, for a spoil, and none saith restore.
Yeah, I mean, come on. Who else is that talking about, man? This is why this ministry of Yahweh Shemashai is going to end soon. This thing is too obvious. You have a predator and a prey. Predator hunts down their prey. like the movie Predator, right? Who and what's what's the key thing about a key characteristic of a prey? They run away. You know, they're hunted down, or they're killed and spoiled, right? So who was killed and spoiled and robbed in the world today? No other nation more than the nation of Israel. I mean, slavery, coming into slave ships is the number one example of that. We were a prey. We were hunted down, literally, in the west coast of Africa, gathered up like prey. When you hunt, you strap up your prey, right? You're a hunter and gatherer. We were hunting and gathered, man, like prey. Until this day, man. We're gathered in what? We're hunted in the streets by policy enforcement, which is called cops today, by entrapment. And what do? They gather you, plant false evidence on you, and lock you up. Fuck up your whole life. Now the children now father, he probably had kids at home. Now they don't got no father no more. Now they're all fucked up. That's why Jake, man, he's either in prison, dead, or a coon somewhere. Or strung on drugs.
Verse 23, it says, who among you will give ear to this? Who will hearken and hear for the time to come? Who gave Jacob for a spoil and Israel to the robbers? Did not the Lord? So it's Yahweh Shemel Shah that did this, right? Because it says this. It says, he against whom we have sinned. Because Jake went off, man. That's why we're all catching hell, man. You know? It's some type of fashion, you know what I'm saying? But going to the prison houses, Jake is catching hell, man. You know? But it all goes back to Yahweh Shemel Shah because we sin against him. And that's why we're out here through the Spirit. We tell you, Jake, to repent. All right, turn away from your wicked ways. All right, stop going to Broadway, okay, and repent, man. Stop following these wicked ass individuals on the earth. All right, Esau Edom to begin with, man. So all he's leading you, he's just leading you down to a path. He's just leading you to death and destruction. How about Shemel Shah is using us to bring you back to life, right? Okay? By knowing their names, knowing who you truly are, all right? What's your future to come, man? You know? Yeah, man. This is all the Lord, man. It says, for they would not walk in his ways, neither were they obedient unto his laws. Stiff-necked, impudent.
Yep.
That's Jake. That's why Jake is in these gyms, okay? Because they refuse to walk in the old path, man. Jeremiah 6:16. The Lord tell you this is the way, walk ye in it. But Jake like, nope, I don't want to hear that, bro. Right? These niggas talking about, all right, you really don't understand who you're speaking with. You're really speaking with Yahweh Shemel Shah. It's not us, man. It's not our words, right? That's why you in the predicament that you're in. And we're able to see it. Right. You know what I'm saying? Because we understand that. And we don't want to live like this no more. And Yahweh Shemel Shah is going to bring change for us, man. But it starts with the elect first. Because 2/3, yeah, they're blind. They're going to be blinded until this place is destroyed by thunder, nuclear fire, man. Then they'll get it in the kingdom. You know? Being reborn through the elect, we're one of that such thing. Coming back in a righteous state of mind. And being God's, you know, forever, man. That's our future, man. Fuck this place, man. You know? That was all, man.
What have you got, man?
Well, since I quoted Jeremiah 6, how about that? Well, Jeremiah 6:16, it says, thus saith the Lord, stand ye in the ways and see, and ask for the old paths, which is the good way, and walk therein, and ye shall find rest for your souls.
That's right. One more time.
Jeremiah 6:16. Thus saith the Lord, stand ye in the ways and see.
Yeah, what ways? How's it going?
It says, and
On what?
ask for the old paths.
Ask for the old path. That's what you do as an Israelite. Stand in the way. What do you mean? Stand in the ways of the ancients, of the ancient men of the Lord, of the what we had in the past. What the Lord did for us, how our character was, well, how He lifted us to be. You know, and you know that, and even our language, which is called the Hebrew, is called Ibar, right? In Hebrew, it means from the past. Because what does it mean? The Lord talks about, I should bring the restitution of things. The restitution of things is bringing back, well, even furthermore, back to the beginning, how it was in the beginning, you know, with Adam and even more. So we should look to be restored like we were, you know, in the past, man. You know?
It says,
and the ways that we followed in the past. Even though still you had wicked Jake, we were on a higher level back then, man. At least we knew who our power was, what our language was, you know.
It says, where is the good way, and walk therein, and ye shall find rest for your souls.
Yeah, because what is the good way? Again, the laws. So you're saying the laws are good. You know, and ultimately, it's capped by the faith of our Lord. You know, through the power of the Heavenly Father. You got to believe in the Heavenly Father. You got to believe in the Lord, His Son. You know, by way of faith.
It says, but they said, we will not walk there. And that's 2/3 of our people. That's why they get judged the way they get judged, man. Because they don't fear the Lord, and they're not keeping His commandments to the best of their abilities. That's the conclusion of the whole matter. You know, that's why we're down here on the earth, man. We gotta get right, man. You know, and we gotta own up to what we did. Each and every one of us. I can't, you know, cover your sins, right?
Vice versa.
Yeah, bro. The Lord did that for us. We gotta work it out. You know? And the Lord is seeing that, man. 2/3 of our people, y'all just out of here, bro. You know? It says also, I said watchmen over you, saying, hearken to the sound of the trumpet. But they said we will not hearken. And that's our people. Because we're set up as watchmen.
Yeah, the trumpet. We got a mouthpiece of the trumpet.
It's these words, man. The words of Yahweh Shem Shah. You're supposed to be listening to these words and nothing else, man. Because these words are faithful and true. Jake don't believe it. You know what I'm saying?
Just like the name of the site, Isaiah 58:1. Cry not, spare not, lift up thy voice like a trumpet, and show my people their transgressions. You know?
The house of Jacob, they're sin. So the Lord only cared about His people, and He didn't worry about everybody else. Yet He's still watching them, what they're doing. They're gonna pay too, especially for what they've done to us. How much more Yahweh Shah, man? We ain't getting away with that. We're not sliding up to the sunset. Shit, that goes for us too. We open and pray that we make it. Why do you think we do what we do? People look at us like we crazy, so. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, well, the scriptures say, then should you know that the prophet's been among them. Right. We're not going to look too crazy anymore, man.
It says, therefore, hear ye nations, and know, O congregation, what is among them. Hear, O earth, behold, I will bring evil upon this people, even the fruit of their thoughts, because they have not hearkened unto my words, nor to my law, but rejected.
Yeah, read that again, for sure.
Jeremiah 6:18. It says, therefore hear ye nations, and know, O congregation, what is among them. Hear, O earth, behold, I will bring evil upon this people, even the fruit of their thoughts, because they have not hearkened unto my words, nor to my law, but rejected.
Yeah, that's right. So the Lord's bringing help to all the nations, but especially to His people, man. Because these words are given to the nation of Israel. And you didn't hearken, you didn't listen. Like we're going into, you're a rebellious nation, man.
this is 1 Samuel 15 and 23. It says, for rebellion is as the sin of witchcraft, and stubbornness is as iniquity and idolatry. So you rebelling against Yahweh Shem outside, that's sin, man. You sin against your maker, your power, your creator, right? That made you to be upright. You know? That's witchcraft, man. That's wickedness. You rebel against Yahweh Shem outside. Rebel means to war against. All right, you warring against the power that's all about war. You gotta be the biggest idiots on the earth, man.
Oh yeah.
That's 2/3 of our people. Check, man. Stupid as hell. Foolish. Right? They're wise to do evil, but to do good, they have no knowledge. We teach you the knowledge, man. It's to fear the Lord. There's nothing else, man. You know? It says, in that stubbornness as iniquity and idolatry. No, that's like you going off and you serving another God, man. When you do shit like that. Alright? Sinning against the Lord, that's not cool. Why you think we was particular in our past lives, throughout history, people going into captivity under these evil nations, man. Because we went off, man. It's simple.
Yeah.
It's not hard to comprehend, man.
Yeah.
You know?
It says as idolatry.
It says for rebellion is as the sin of witchcraft, and stubbornness is as iniquity and idolatry.
And we know idolatry is a first commandment. You see, worship no other god. Man. See, so that's to be stubborn. That's wicked. Man. See, that's wicked, man. See, because here it is. The Most High laid out a path of righteousness for your benefit. You know. And what do our people do? Our people are so stiff-necked and hard-headed and stubborn. They go against that. They go against the grain. That's showing you we needed Yahweh Shai. That shows you the importance of Yahweh Shai, because if it were on our own merit, we wouldn't make it, man. We weren't able. We weren't never designed to be able to keep the law, statutes, and commandments to become righteous and be perfect. This is why we needed Yahweh Shai. See? Because overall, our people are the most stiff-necked, hard-headed creation ever created. See? Go ahead.
It says, because thou hast rejected the word of the Lord,
Yeah.
he have also rejected thee from being king.
Right. So this is why we're in a position we're in. If anybody wants to ask themselves, man, like that famous quote in Boys in the Hood, if God love us, why we in the hood? Why we in the ghetto? Yeah, I asked you because why we in the ghetto? Reese has, Reese has curls. Well, that's the answer, man. Because our people are known to be stiff-necked and hard-headed, man. We didn't abide by the statutes, laws and statutes that were set before us. And as a result, we get what was told through Moses. The curses, man. And it tells you the curses are gonna cleave onto thee, man. There's no way around it. Right? But the good news is, right, because we hit Israel with a lot of bad news. But the good news is that our punishment is almost over, man. So we just gotta continue to endure unto the end. Our punishment is almost over with, man. It says what? Our iniquity is accomplished. You got it? Come on.
Lamentations 4:22.
Yeah.
The punishment of thine iniquity is accomplished, O daughter of Zion.
Right?
He will no more carry thee away into captivity.
Right?
He will visit thy iniquity,
Right.
O daughter of Edom.
He will now he's gonna visit the iniquity of Esau, of Edom, man. So he's done with us. Now now he's gonna focus his energy, his judgment upon the nation of Edom, right? Go ahead.
It says he will discover thy sin.
He will discover thy sins, meaning you Edomites, because even though the law, statutes, and commandments don't apply to you, because we know sin is a transgression of the law, it don't apply to you, but now it does. Now it do, right? Because you want to claim to be the Lord's chosen any goddamn way. Now it's going to apply to you. You see? All right, so now, close. Right? So I want to say,
Kahala,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Bahashim,
Bahashim,
Yahushai,
Yahushai,
Bahashim,
Bahashim,
Kakodash, death to America, and rise Israel from Nashar.
Solomon.
Nashar.